Okay, so the question is running uphill and downhill. How do we do it? What are we trying to do? Well, first of all, we're going to describe kind of what happens in running. So normal running, we got our center of mass and we're kind of bouncing along. That bouncing along comes from your foot coming back underneath your foot. So the muscles down the back of your leg pull back, and then you get to throw your body forward on that hip, which is attached to the knee, which is attached to the foot. So that is normal running. We want to have both a horizontal and a vertical component of that movement. So here's an example of us coming downhill. When we come downhill, essentially what is normally a flat line, because you've got an incline, your line then drops further. And what that means is that you've got more time, you've got a more vertical component to accelerate. So real easy when you run downhill, it's quite easy to go faster, only because of that acceleration. You've got longer to go and accelerate with gravity, so you normally go faster. But the principle is still the same, is that we really want to get that your leg underneath your body, okay, because that's its strongest position for that hamstring to function when your leg is here. And when you do that, you just allow yourself to go and bounce along. Now, when we do this, we've got to be a little bit careful, because sometimes that acceleration is just too much for our body to tolerate. And so if that's the case, then I suggest you try and shorten up your strides, because then the acceleration doesn't get as much. That takes a little bit of skill, okay, to go and shorten your stride, especially when you're coming downhill. But you'll notice the force is less, so you should be able to control it more. I say this is a great thing because you're essentially training your body with slight variation. And if you're able to go and learn that skill of controlling that bounce along with on a flat, but on an uphill, you've got to work harder to do that movement. And on a downhill, trying to control it with an increased acceleration, you essentially go and learn that running movement more. So hope this doesn't confuse you more. Hopefully it helps.